Good morning, everyone, and thank you for choosing Financial Insights today. Every day, our goal is to provide you with a thorough and knowledgeable analysis of the most relevant financial news to help you navigate the complex economic landscape. Let's begin our daily review. Financial News, August 2, 2023. Market Overview. Let's begin with a market overview. In Europe, financial services and mining stocks led the retreat, while the S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100 futures contracts fell over 0.5%. The Asian markets experienced the biggest decline in more than 4 months, with technology names particularly facing significant drops. Japan's stocks suffered the most significant decline this year, partly attributed to gains in the yen impacting corporate profit outlooks. Stock movements. Several individual stocks faced challenges today. Siemens Healthineers AG, the German medical technology company, fell short of estimates, causing its stock to decline. On the other hand, Hugo Boss AG saw its shares slump, even though the retailer raised its guidance for 2023 after second quarter results surpassed estimates. Fitch downgrade impact. Despite the Fitch downgrade news, treasuries and the US dollar remained relatively stable. Yields did not experience significant fluctuations, while the dollar's strength registered a modest gain of 0.1%. Many investors believe that the downgrade will not significantly harm the top-notch status of U.S. assets in the longer run. They cited reasons such as a lack of alternatives and the solid growth of the U.S. economy. Comparisons were drawn to a similar event in 2011 when S&P Global Ratings removed the highest rating for the U.S. following a debt ceiling crisis, which resulted in a sell-off of risk assets and an increased demand for treasuries as safe havens. Expert opinion. Mark Hafley, Chief Investment Officer at UBS Global Wealth, expressed his views on the matter, stating that the latest downgrade does not reflect any new fiscal information and should have only a limited market impact. He believes that many major treasury holders, including funds and index trackers, would have prepared for the move in advance to avoid forced selling of their existing holdings. Additionally, safe haven demand amid the downgrade jitters could surprisingly support treasuries in the short term. Other earnings news. In other news, Advanced Micro Devices Incorporated gained in late U.S. trading after exceeding second quarter estimates and making further strides in artificial intelligence computing. However, Starbucks Corporation faced a drop in its stock price as its quarterly sales fell short of analysts' estimates, signaling a possible slowdown in momentum for the coffee giant amid higher prices and tighter consumer spending. Experts' insights. Helen Zhu, Chief Investment Officer at Nanfeng Trinity, highlighted the importance of management guidance for the second half of this year and the following fiscal year. Investors are eagerly awaiting signs of better days ahead, which could drive the market's excitement, instead of focusing solely on backward-looking financial numbers. Oil market. On a positive note, the oil market extended its rally today. An industry estimate indicated a substantial drawdown in U.S. inventories, fueling hopes for China's policy support and indicating a tightening market. Asian market plunge. Asian markets faced a challenging day as sentiment sank after Fitch cut the U.S.'s credit rating. Japan's Nikkei 225, South Korea's Kospi Index, and Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index all declined by as much as 2% throughout the day. Credit rating cut. Fitch Ratings downgraded the United States long-term foreign currency issuer default rating from AAA to AA+. The ratings agency expressed concerns about a steady deterioration in governance standards over the last 2 decades, particularly regarding fiscal and debt matters. As a result of this downgrade, stock futures experienced a slide. Food prices heating up. An analysis by Barclays highlights Malaysia's vulnerability to India's ban on exports of non-basmati white rice due to its reliance on Indian rice. Several other Asian, Middle Eastern, and African nations will also be affected by this ban. Additionally, with both rice and wheat prices surging in recent weeks, analysts are worried that food prices globally might soar. Jolt of good news. The latest Labor Department report indicated that employment vacancies in June totaled 9.58 million, slightly down from May. Additionally, layoffs declined from 1.55 million in May to 1.53 million in June. These figures suggest a slightly tighter labor market, combined with companies retaining their workforce, which could potentially contribute to cooling inflation without a recession. Securities, actually. U.S. District Judge Jed Rakoff stated that cryptocurrencies are considered securities regardless of their method of sale. This ruling allows the Securities and Exchange Commission to pursue charges against Terraform Labs. The judge's opinion contradicts an earlier ruling regarding Ripple's categorization as a security, which might not impact Ripple directly. Market analysts' warnings. Despite the S&P 500's 5-month rally, some market bears remain cautious. J.P. Morgan strategist Marko Kolanovic expressed skepticism that the expected scenario of a hot economy and loose monetary policy will occur. He warns that restrictive policies might persist, potentially increasing vulnerabilities in the private sector and ending the global expansion. Adam Phillips, managing director at EP Wealth Advisors, echoed this warning, highlighting the rise in gas prices that could lead to further inflation. Even bullish analysts, like Goldman Sachs' Scott Rubner, foresee a small equity market correction in August. Market movements. Recent movements in major indexes support analysts' concerns. The S&P 500 fell by 0.27%, and the Nasdaq Composite slid by 0.43%. However, the Dow Jones Industrial Average managed to eke out a 0.2% gain, touching its highest level since February 2022 during the session. Manufacturing activity contracts. Adding to the cautionary signs for the U.S. economy, U.S. manufacturing activity contracted for a 9th consecutive month, as reported by the ISM Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index. Forex market update. In the Forex market, the U.S. dollar is holding firm with a focus on ADP employment data, which will be released today. The U.S. stock index futures are down between 0.35% and 0.75% in the early European morning, while the U.S. dollar index, DXY, clings to modest daily gains above 102.00. Economic indicators. The Bank of Japan's minutes of the June monetary policy meeting showed that policymakers shared the view that there was no need to make operational tweaks to yield curve control, YCC, at this point. Meanwhile, the unemployment rate in New Zealand rose to 3.6% in the second quarter from 3.4% in the first quarter. Market movements. Euro to US dollar recovered above 1.1000 in the Asian session but retreated below that level at the beginning of the European session on Wednesday. Pound sterling to US dollar closed below 1.2800 for the first time in 3 weeks on Tuesday. Pressured by rising US Treasury bond yields, gold price turned south and dropped toward $1,940, while Bitcoin staged a rebound after a drop below $28,500 but lost its bullish momentum after testing $30,000. Key events this week. China Caixin Services PMI, Thursday. Eurozone S&P Global Eurozone Services PMI, PPI, Thursday. Bank of England rate decision, Thursday. U.S. initial jobless claims, productivity, factory orders, ISM services, Thursday. Eurozone retail sales, Friday. U.S. unemployment rate, non-farm payrolls, Friday. Some of the main moves in markets. Stocks. The Stoxx Europe 600 fell 1.1% as of 8:28 a.m. London time. S&P 500 futures fell 0.6%. Nasdaq 100 futures fell 0.9%. Futures on the Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 0.5%. The MSCI Asia Pacific Index fell 1.8%. The MSCI Emerging Markets Index fell 1.8%. Currencies. The Bloomberg Dollar Spot Index rose 0.1%. The euro was little changed at $1.0986. The Japanese yen rose 0.4% to 142.72 per dollar. The offshore yuan fell 0.1% to 7.1946 per dollar. The British pound was little changed at $1.2771. Cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin rose 1.3% to $29,601.32. Ether rose 0.5% to $1,858.72. Bonds. The yield on 10-year treasuries was little changed at 4.03%. Germany's 10-year yield declined 2 basis points to 2.54%. Britain's 10-year yield was little changed at 4.40%. Commodities. Brent crude rose 0.8% to $85.56 a barrel. Spot gold rose 0.2% to $1,948.65 an ounce. In conclusion, we'd like to thank you for watching Financial Insights today. If you enjoyed our insights and found the information helpful, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to our channel to stay updated with future analyses. Thank you again for your support, and we'll see you soon with more interesting news. Remember, the information in this video is purely informational and does not constitute investment advice. Always consult with a professional before making financial decisions.